Okay, we're kicking off this week of meals with home group. So it's Sunday night, which means that we are hosting home group for our church tonight. And I always send out, ooh, it's getting foggy. I always send out a sign up for like 2 or 3 main dishes, 2 or 3 side dishes, couple desserts, drinks, plates, things like that. So I signed up for a main dish tonight. I usually wait to see what everyone signs up for before I sign up, so I had options because I had already done my grocery shopping. I had either just roasted vegetables or a roasted vegetable and turkey sausage skillet, so I ended up signing up for a main dish. So we've got sweet potatoes, sweet onions, Brussels sprouts, and I covered it in a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and some rosemary and thyme. Roasted that for like 15, oh my goodness, sorry guys, I should pull back here. Let me just, there we go. Roasted that for like 15 minutes in the oven and then added the turkey sausage for about 10 to 12 minutes. And so now I'm just gonna put this in these pans and keep them warm in the oven while I get ready to host group, because these pans are just a little bit too big to put out on the table. So that is dinner tonight. All right, tonight is a simple dinner. I think I mentioned yesterday I had a ton of sweet potatoes, so I made the rest of the sweet potatoes. I'm gonna put out like some butter and brown sugar. And then this is a new chicken leg recipe because I cannot find the recipe I used last time, and I'm a little bit nervous that last time was a made up marinade. I think I made it up. And that's why I can't find it. I looked through like my computer history and everything. But this one is like, this one has a little garlic, but then it's got soy sauce, balsamic, some brown sugar, some honey, and then you baked it at a really high temperature for it was like 450 for like 40 minutes or so. You did like a little glaze and then put it back in. So it smells really good, but I'm a little disappointed I can't find that other one that I was looking for. And then we have chocolate cupcakes that the kids made last night for us to have today. So we will have that for dessert.
We don't. You have to figure that out for us.
Hazel Putt and Scott, if you like.
So I just tossed in some sourdough from yesterday. I cut it up and put some garlic butter. To make the garlic butter, I just took softened butter, some parsley, some Parmesan cheese, some garlic, and a little salt. So I'm gonna toast up this about half the loaf. I'm gonna leave the other half untoasted for the kids who don't want garlic bread, and I also have more of the butter in case we need to make more. I made a double batch of these meatballs. It's a really simple recipe, and then they just bake for like 20-ish minutes. So here's half of them, the other half I'll freeze. I also made a double batch of this really simple marinara sauce. So what I do is I take one batch, toss it into the double batch of sauce, because it's like one batch of these meatballs is for a double batch of the marinara sauce. They're not from the same recipe blog, so that's just the way that I've worked it out. And then, because we aren't big pasta fans, but we are big meatball fans, so then I just serve it with the garlic bread on the side, and I'm gonna make a quick Caesar salad. So they'll have the meatballs and marinara sauce, and then garlic bread to dip in the marinara as well. And then a Caesar salad. So I'm gonna get this all served up and then make a quick dinner is served. This turned out nice and toasty. Really excited to eat this tonight. Okay, it is a church night, so I just baked a couple bags of potatoes, and the nice thing is that whatever we don't use, we'll use for like lunches this weekend. But everyone loves baked potato night in this house. So we've got some toppings over there, and then I pulled out the rest of the tortellini soup and the meatballs and the salad. And so just heating up leftovers to go alongside the baked potatoes, and then I'm gonna pull out some, I have some like pomegranate, grapes, and strawberries and mandarins to mix together, like the half a case of strawberries and half a thing of mandarins. So I'm just gonna like mix it all together for a fruit salad for tonight, tomorrow, maybe some on Saturday for breakfast. So just kind of using up the remainder of things before I go grocery shopping this weekend. It is Jesse's 13th birthday today, and I asked him what he wanted for dinner. He said meatloaf, potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are apparently his favorite vegetable. I did not know. I thought he wanted mashed potatoes, but then he told me no, he wanted baked potatoes, so that was very convenient because I had leftover baked potatoes that I was going to use for lunches this weekend. So I'm going to heat these up, put out the toppings. He loves a loaded potato, and that's why I only have half the pan. I put all the Brussels sprouts over to one side so that when these are finishing up, I'll just pop these back in for a little bit. And I made a couple meatloaves earlier in the day because he wanted to go see the movie Twisters for his birthday. So the meatloaf takes an hour to cook, so I cooked it earlier today so that I could just heat it up tonight when we got back from the movie. And so it's about 7 o'clock right now. That's heating up in the oven. So I'm gonna pop this in and I will show you. That's all finishing up in there. And then the meatloaves are ready to roll. Okay, here's the fun setup. So we didn't do a party this year. He wants to go to Universal Studios with friends tomorrow, so that's what we're gonna do instead. But we wanted to do a little decorating for the family party. So he, in lieu of cake, wanted crumble cookies. He's my only one who would rather I buy something like this than make a homemade cake. It's really funny. All my other kids have the same cake. Annie always wants me to make strawberry cake for her birthday. Eli always wants me to make chocolate bundt cake. Bella always wants me to make almond bundt cake. Jesse changes it up every year on what he wants. So this time around we went with crumble. He actually did the same last year. So I think they're chocolate chip, cookies and cream maybe, like Oreo, like golden Oreo something or other, strawberry lemonade, cannoli, and blueberry cheesecake. So we are putting candles in crumble, and then we have a fun little football theme going on over here, including the wrapping paper as well. So that's the party tonight. It's a family party, family dinner. Oh, I just remembered too, I've got lemonade. So yesterday we spent the day at Universal, as I mentioned, and Friday was Jesse's birthday, which means we didn't have our normal pizza night. So can't miss pizza night around here. It's a family tradition of hanging out and either watching a movie or playing a game. So I'm gonna start on our uni pizza right now. We've been enjoying this every Friday this summer instead of me making pizza in the oven, because it doesn't heat the house up. So it cooks in like 60 seconds. So I'm gonna start my dough, and then while my dough is going, it takes like an hour to rise, and I break it up into little pieces and then let it rise again before we cook it. So while that's rising, I will cook the garlic. I'll roast the garlic and get all the toppings prepared. And I think we're gonna do chicken wings tonight, just because I haven't made chicken wings since we've been doing uni. I've only usually make chicken wings when we do oven pizza, so thought it'd be a fun way to spruce up the dinner, and I'll toss a salad as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the dough. It's very simple. I use the Uni Classic pizza dough, so it's just this pizza flour and then some yeast, salt, and water. Very simple, but it's a hit every time. Pizza night status so far. Garlic's out of the oven, chicken wings are in. I'm splitting the dough up and making little dough balls, and then I put the towel over them and let them rise for like 30 minutes. So we're starting to set the table with toppings and getting ready. The Uni recipe says it makes 3 to 4 pizzas. I double the recipe and make 5 out of each recipe, so I make 10 instead of 6 to 8. And they've been the perfect size every time for like individual Neapolitan style pizzas. Maybe, I guess, if you were making like larger pizzas for a crowd to split, then the 3 or 4 would make sense. But these still make like 10-inch pizzas. So I just double the recipe and make 10 instead of 8. And it's been great for our family size. We're all set up. We've got some parchment paper here. I just used 3 sheets that we reuse the whole time. I used to just like cut a sheet for everyone, but John can't take more than 1 or 2 pizzas at a time because it's so hot and humid right now that if too many of the pizzas are out there on the patio waiting for him, then they will stick to the stone. So we just have people making them in shifts. So these plates will go out there, as will this little bit of flour when he starts the pizza oven. This flour, you'll basically just like sprinkle some on your parchment paper, roll it out. Here's the dough ready to roll. We've got all the toppings right here: cheese, peppers, onions, roast garlic. Oh, John, do we have any pesto?
Pesto?
Yes.
Yeah, we should have some.
Okay, I forgot, I'll get the jar of pesto. I didn't get basil this time. I do a little different toppings every time. This time I didn't get basil or like mozzarella pearls. So we do something different every time, but roast garlic, pepperoni, mushroom, olives. Then this balsamic glaze is Bella, and I love that. And then we've got red pepper flakes here, some pizza sauce. What else? All right, we did a tossed salad. Pizza night salad is different. You guys know what I mean? Like, it's like a classic like kid salad. It's got like croutons and cheese in it. I always do this on pizza night. We have some bacon bits left over from our baked potatoes the other night, so got that in there. Ranch dressing, of course. My sister and I call it like a Midwestern salad, but I don't think it's necessarily a Midwestern thing. It's just that growing up in the Midwest, this is what she and I ate as salad all the time, like salad bar kind of salad. But yeah, just like a yummy salad full of all the things that the kids will want, croutons, all that. Dressings over here, and then the wings just came out. I'm gonna wait till everyone is almost here, and then I'll put buffalo wing sauce on one and barbecue sauce on the other. And we've got blue cheese here for anyone who wants it. I didn't get celery this week. And yeah, because they're oven baked wings, they are crispy. In my opinion, they're just as crispy as if we had fried them. But I don't want to dress them too soon or they will not be crispy still. So everyone should be here in about 5 minutes, and then I'll toss those and we'll get started on pizza night. All right, here's mine. Some for today, some for tomorrow. All right, it's a rainy day comfort meal here. We've got tater tot casserole. This is a new to me recipe, but I couldn't not make it once I saw the weather report coming up. So there's like ground beef and then green beans and lots of cheese and tater tots. So hopefully it'll be a kid favorite, right?
Yep.
All right, it is a grab and go type of dinner tonight. Everyone's kind of all over the place with sports tonight. So I made some meatball subs. I just cooked up some meatballs. These are the artisanal sausage rolls, and then I did some sauce with the meatballs and provolone toast. I actually toasted the rolls with butter first and then added everything and put them back in the oven to melt the cheese. There's extra sauce here if anybody wants some more. We've got different chips here and then some veggies and some apples, and that is a quick kind of dinner tonight. Oh, and this is just round one of the subs. I've got another batch going in the oven right now. It's just the start of the grab and go dinner. Right, John's got to get out the door for men's ministry, so he is eating now. So I'll film his plate because when I feed the kids later, it's probably going to be a little more chaotic. We are having pulled pork. This is just made in the crock pot. I do an onion, some Dr. Pepper, the pork shoulder, and that's it. Yeah, that cooks on low for like 8 to 10 hours, and then it just shreds right up, and then I add the barbecue sauce in at the end. Sweet potato salad. So that is dinner. Okay, tonight is a stuffed pepper skillet. I put some mozzarella and cheddar on because I didn't have the right amount of just cheddar. So I made this with brown rice and chopped up 3 bell peppers, an onion, ground beef, garlic, tomato sauce. What else is in there? Some chili powder, salt, pepper, and paprika, I think. This was like a 15-minute recipe tops. So easy one pot meal for dinner tonight. Dinner tonight is Brussels sprout soup. This is cream of Brussels sprout soup. It's one of our favorites. It happens to be a perfectly rainy day, so this was unplanned, but great. I double the recipe. It's like Brussels sprouts and chicken broth and some celery and shallot and salt, I think, is pretty much all the ingredients, but it turns out really creamy. And it's great with like a loaf of fresh, crusty sourdough bread, but today I went with some rolls. I doubled this recipe, so I have 2 pans of rolls. We have some for lunch tomorrow. I made a tossed salad, and then yesterday was the reason I didn't film what's for dinner. Yesterday we had the football and cheer kickoff dinner yesterday, and so I made mac and cheese for that. So I made a few of these metal trays full of mac and cheese. I'll link this recipe below. It's one of our family favorites. And so because I was making so much, I made an extra pan for us here at the house as well. So I just decided to pull that out tonight as well to bulk up tonight's dinner. So soup, mac and cheese, salad, rolls, and we actually do have dessert tonight. Dinner tonight are tostadas. These are just like a baked tostada shell I buy at Publix. And then the sound machine is on because the girls had a spa day in the living room today, and I forgot to turn it off. I just realized. Thanks, Annie. So I just did some ground turkey, and then also seasoned up some black beans, and then melted some cheese on top. And I have to serve everyone else's still, but there was no, they're in the oven, and there's no time once they come out because they're only like good fresh out of the oven. We got some onion, lime, cilantro, guacamole, salsa, sour cream, salsa, taco sauce, lettuce. Oh, I forgot to cut up some tomato. I'm like, I know there's something else missing, but this is one of the meals that I had on the agenda this week. I also have baked potatoes on the agenda that we're gonna do later in the week as my 2 quick meals. I like to put a couple meals on the meal plan that only take like 20-30 minutes of active work for when we have a late night. So we had a late night tonight after football. Jesse had to do an extra karate practice for a test coming up. And so it's almost 8 o'clock. So I needed a quick dinner tonight, and this was the one. So that's what, oh, I let the girls pick out a juice to have with dinner tonight. So that's a treat, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so that is dinner tonight. Tostadas and toppings. All right, so I had to bring a meal to someone today, and anytime I do that, I love making chicken pot pie because I'll make a few of them and freeze some. So we're having chicken pot pie tonight. I sent it over in disposable containers for the other family. And then I always do a side of fruit just so other people's kids, you know, I don't know if they're salad eaters, but kids will always eat fruit. So we're just having the exact same meal. Chicken pot pie, fruit, and crispy treats. So if I ever sign up to bring you a meal, this is probably what you're gonna get. It's like it's my go-to for some reason anytime that I sign up for meals. So we are having the same thing tonight.